Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Customer Spotlight session at Future Ready Application Summit. My name is Gandhali Samant, and I lead the Digital and App Innovation Charter at Customer Success Microsoft India. Digital transformation is disrupting every industry and transforming the fundamental business model for many. Digital and application innovation drive business outcomes, and the ability to deliver differentiated and flexible customer experiences may very well be determining your organization's success. So, today we are going to talk to a leader who is going to walk us through their own transformation journey and share what led to their organization's success. Please welcome Mr. Praveen Soni. He is the AVP Global Head Application for Larsen and Toubro Infotech, and he is responsible for application modernization on hyperscaler, data analytics, and ERP. Welcome, Praveen.
Thank you. Thank you, Gandhali.
So, without further ado, let's get to the conversation. So, Praveen, few years back, L&T moved bulk of their applications from on-prem to PaaS. Could you tell us more about this journey? What was the trigger to initiate this transformation? And how was your experience? And if you could also share some of the learnings you had as a company along the way.
Yeah, Gandhali, this was in the year almost like 2017, 2018, and that was the time we were actually in a transformation project to revamp the ERP that we use in L&T Infotech. So, as part of that movement, we decided to move all our on-prem application primarily onto hyperscaler platform. At that point in time, we were completely invested into the Azure set of technologies. So, while on one side we had the ERP transformation program going on, we decided that we will move most of our application, I would say, application which generally we categorize in system of engagement, which runs on top of the ERP to Azure PaaS. So we had options of either moving it to Azure IaaS or Azure PaaS, but strategically we took a call to move to Azure PaaS primarily for I would say two or three reasons. One is we believe the security aspects would be much better on the PaaS platform because uh, all the upgrades or the patches, etc., comes on the platform on its own, and we don't really need to have any kind of a lag around it. So that was the time when we, basically was pretty much on-prem, and application performance and availability were also one of the top priority for the enterprise. So I would say basically primarily application performance, availability, security were the prime reasons why we decided to move from on-prem to Azure PaaS environments. We did categorize some of the application to be on infrastructure as a service, um, generally being the area where we do not have the source code control with us. So I think that was the time when we started it, and in a basically close to 6 to 8 months of time frame, we moved 60 plus applications onto Azure PaaS. And it's not that the journey really stopped at that point in time. We continue to refactor application on the Azure PaaS and the Azure IaaS. And I think I would say one thing for sure, we never regretted that decision. uh, During the pandemic time, when we had no good amount of churn in terms of people moving and working from the home offices, we had zero disruption as far as the applications are concerned. People being on the home or being in office, the access, availability, performance, they were quite seamless. So whether it is security aspect, cost aspect, accessibility, availability, I think this decision has really paid off.
So, Praveen, as you described, on-prem to PaaS is a big investment for companies' digital transformation journey. And I have seen many customers, first moving through infrastructure as a code and then to PaaS. So, what were some of the fundamental shifts that you had to go through in the perspective of process, people, upskilling, etc., when you decided to move from on-prem to PaaS?
Yeah, I I do understand the point that you're talking about. So we had some prior experience of moving from on-prem to infrastructure as a service and then to PaaS. The learning from those experiences were very clear to us, right? If we really want a differentiated change in terms of application performance, availability, uh, at the same time, and this is very important when it comes to PaaS, the agility to deliver. So the moment that particular factor comes into play for an organization like L&T Infotech, when the agility was I would say, very high priority, we decided that we will be on PaaS because if we continue to be in IAS, it impacts agility. So I would say, apart from the rest of the thing that I talked earlier, agility of development is one of the primary thing for us for a IT industry, which is moving at a very fast pace. Doing application development, keep changing, keep refactoring basis different changing needs is something which is very important, and PaaS did provide us those flexibility and agility.
Thank you for that insight, Praveen. Let's take an example of one of the applications, Ideal, which is the contract management system. When you thought of transforming offline contract management process online, what approach did you take and where and how exactly Microsoft Technologies helped in this transformation?
Yeah, so I think fundamentally, I would say the problem, like we didn't solve the problem in a, I would say, in a very differentiated manner. We took a very natural problem solving approach. So when it comes to ability to review a contract document, several people collaborating and working, and doing whatever is required for the review process. Essentially, what we need some basic ground rules so that whole of the enterprise work in a manner which is consistent, contract after contract. A group of people who should be able to come and work together on a document and seamlessly collaborate and do whatever is required to improve the review process. So fundamentally, two, three things. We wanted people to be able to actually review document together rather than doing it in a serial manner, so that the productivity is higher. At the same time, if somebody is reviewing and putting a comment, other person should be able to see it in real time. And no, the other aspect was like enterprise, like L&T Infotech would want certain enterprise level rules to be set, which each and every possible contract should go through, and without a miss, we should be able to conclude the process. So for basically the co-authoring aspect, or working in teams, or othering through a common enterprise rule set. All these things we could actually do with two three technology component to say, right? So teams give a good interface when it comes to collaborate with different people, maybe like finance people, legal people, or information security folks. So teams provide that platform. At the same time, AIML based engine actually provides us ability to define rule sets that we want every contract to adhere to. So having that artificial intelligence working in the back and co-authoring facility where people really need not put contract documents in their laptops and desktops and make edits locally, having a common platform and do all of those things. These combination of technology sets really helped us put this entire solution in place in a probably the most natural way. And I would say we have been using this platform for almost like 18 to 24 months now, and the adoption is 100%. We don't hear too much of noise around the process, and no, we are if we need to actually make any change at enterprise level in terms of how documents should be reviewed, based on certain realities around the like in pandemic we needed to put some new rule sets, etc. It's much easier to put those rule sets in the review process, and that safeguards the enterprise interest. So I think these are the some of the things that we have done in Ideal, and the stakeholders who are really concerned in this area, they are very happy with this solution, and even the users whomsoever use this platform, they are very good. They are very happy with it.
So, as we all know, chatbots are not new to industry. And as I understand, L&T Infotech use a chatbot for self-service enablement for FAQ in contract management. So, how did Azure features help you in building those bots? Did overall bot, really help improving the productivity of end users?
Yeah, the bot, the invent like our usage of the bot was is primarily in the improving the user experience bit for the user. So I think like most of the other places, the bot was first put in the help desk area, where we saw that the help desk agents, a lot of time actually goes in resolving the queries, which are generally are expected to be known to employees, but due to different reasons, they actually put a help desk ticket. So that was the time when we actually went into different areas of work, be it on the HR side, finance side, or the people supply chain side, and figured out as to what we can really provide as a bot output, so that people really need not write the help desk tickets. So that was the time when we actually put close to, I would say, 7,000 plus queries back onto the bot, wherein people really did not come and log a call in the help desk. So that was primarily aimed at improving the user experience, reducing the time which people put in waiting for the answers back. So that was one of the area where we actually use bot. The second area, the bot was used for doing simple transactions. So there was an option that we could have developed some kind of a forms, and then people provide those kind of requests for services, and those services are furnished in an automated manner. We had those options, but there are some services which are so small that probably 2 3 steps of conversation can really solve those kind of queries from the employees. So we identified those scenarios wherein these conversation type scenarios can be handled. So we had this another type which got addressed through the bot. And the other aspect where we other scenarios where we actually use bot is somewhat interesting, especially in the change management scenario, where we have existing form or existing fields, wherein people are tuned to do a certain scenario in a certain manner, but due to some changes we refactored the forms and fields, and we really need to tell people as to what this new field is about. And those are the scenario we actually did the mashup between the bot and those forms and fields. So whenever we actually really find the user is taking little more time in those fields, we pop up a specific help, and that is how we actually can provide the needed help to the existing users, and if they are not conversant with the new ways of working. This helps not only in the specific change management in the forms or fields. It actually helps even in when we launch say a new application altogether, and if we really want to tell people as to what to expect from those new applications. This overall helps in the change management. So these three scenarios which I talked, be it the help desk tickets, be it doing the simple conversation transactions, or doing field specific help, in context help, these are all aimed at improving the end user experience. This is how we generally use the bot. However, this journey is not something which is ended. We keep adding the FAQs, the queries, or the transactions, or the new places where where we actually see the users are actually taking more time, and they are not really getting as to know what needs to be done. We provide those in context help back to user, and now people have started expecting, if they get stuck, where to expect help. This is more or less is working very well for us, and it has really improved the overall perception about applications and the applications usability.
So you talked about forms, Praveen, and in my experience, extracting information from the forms has been a little tricky, and it's actually very crucial to extract the correct information. So could you please tell us how Azure helped in achieving the same?
Yeah. We use basically fundamentally the cognitive services from Azure, right? So when it is a contract document, and if a person from the information security is looking contract document, so the contract document may be like 350 pages. Now, if I expect a user to go through 350 pages, first of all, no, they will not really be very excited to go to 350 pages, because it will have all possible finance information, legal information, and delivery, kind of information. Whereas he or she is expecting to look only those specific places which is relevant to information security. So the cognitive services help us identify specific phrases, right, which information security is sensitive towards, right? So we have those ground enterprise rules set, and when actually those things run, the focus will go, the text which is pertaining to information security will get highlighted, and they'll actually look those specific area which concerns them, and they will be, in this way actually they do the review much faster. No, the reviews is far more sharper. At the same time, they do not leave any aspect of the document which will be critical to information security. So these are the things, were the fundamental objective which we started this project, and it serves it really well.
So as you were walking through all your journey, Praveen, I was feeling really excited. It's interesting to see how you use different past service to achieve different goals. So going forward, as you said, this is not the end. You have a continued journey. So what would be your mantra for app innovation going forward?
Yeah, uh, though we have actually done it for quite some time, but I would surely take off the performance and the availability part. That doesn't concern me so much as it used to concern me. I would say 4 to 5 years before. Performance and availability has been great, so we are not concerned so much around it. We just monitor it and tune it as we go. I would continue to say that probably I will we will do little more in terms of agility of development. We continue to use the platform for doing application faster, development faster and faster. Probably little more on the low code no code platform. Probably is a good addition that we are looking forward to. We are experimenting in that area, and we continue to explore and figure out how we can do complex application in the enterprise domain, and see how we can actually leverage in the coming days. I think that's what probably we will continue to look forward as next steps from here.
Thank you, Praveen. So, as we all know, every organization goes through its own journey from on prem to infrastructure as a code to PaaS. And the benefits of cloud are best realized when you get to platform as a service. And L&T Infotech's journey just proves that. Thank you so much, Praveen, for sharing your journey in so much detail and looking forward to the continued partnership with L&T Infotech. For rest of you, enjoy the rest of the summit.
Thank you very much, Gandhali.